Outer Orange.
Previous
History collection.
the hell? Try that again. Previous.
Open me.
Dude,
Hi.
where does this keep coming? Reviet. I think we're good. Welcome back to another video. OuterOrange here today, and I have some exciting stuff today. We are opening History Collection. That is right, the PNV special series, and I'm really excited about it. And it's out officially. And thank you, Bashir, so much for sending it to me. I'm very excited to open it. We got 3 boxes today. 1, 2, 3, and they've all been attacking me because they want me to open them clearly. So let's go ahead and open it. Let's go ahead and get started. My golly goodness, I have never been so excited to open boxes in a while. I really love this. This is one of my favorite sets because I really like V and I really like Premium. So I'm actually just really excited to kind of like go through this product. There's so much stuff in here. It's not even funny. There's a lot of cards, both from Premium and V Premium. We got a bunch of reprints in here. A lot of good stuff too. They got a lot of cards that basically got like revamped or like just done better. We got some SPs in here. We got some alt art. So some of them are from like Vanguard 0. Basically, they got some alternate versions of them. They look absolutely stellar, at least from what I saw. I haven't seen them in real life yet. We're gonna maybe open one up today. I have no idea, as these are completely sealed. If you're interested in these, you can obviously go to your local store and get them or get that products there. So don't forget, I have some links below for you to find all that information down there. If you want to see more details about History Collection, those links will also be provided down below. And if you are new to V and Premium, this is one of the greatest places to start, as this will be a really new introduction to basically a different format of the game in a good way. This will be really fun and exciting. Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and take the wrapping for all these, and we're gonna start going through them. We're gonna go ahead and start with our first box here and just kind of see what this is gonna start looking like. I haven't had a chance to talk about the box, so I really like the color of this. I like the teal color that they chose. This is sort of what the sides look like. We got the History Collection, we got the information here, we got the triple R's, we got 25 types, we got some double R's, we got a bunch of comments, 264 comments to be exact. We got some SPs as well. There's 28 different types. Basically all match the clans and the clan bosses that got re-updated. So there's that, and then there's Boucher, and then there's the back. So that's basically sort of what we're looking like. There's a bunch of clans that I'm looking forward to, mainly Grand Blue and Bermuda, as those are the main clans that I play. And just as we open it, we start with the Guardian Shield. So if you guys don't know, this is actually, so I'm gonna put the box to the side for just a split second, open this up. This is probably the most exciting part. I love this because this is like a lot of defensive here. So this is the first ever look at the Guardian Shield. So it's just when you're attacked units and gets 20k until end of that battle. So you can choose any unit. It doesn't have to be specifically your Vanguard. This is a great update. This is basically like the quick shield. You now have this, and you'll also have a quick shield. This is a blitz order, so you can play it when your opponent's basically attacking you. A really awesome update. The 20k shield is a lot of shields, so you know, get through a bunch of like really weird obstacles. Like if your opponent's like really early rushing and stuff like that, this is a great use. And the greatest part about these blitz orders is that, especially in Premium, there's a bunch of like weird stuff that your opponent can try to do to like force you to call cards from hand or whatever. You can call this instead. You can choose not to guard with it, just kind of keep it in hand and then use it as a protection for something else. A good example is Nupatama. Another example is Angel Feather can utilize this. There's some weird dark irregular stuff that can force you to take damage. You can put this card in instead. So there's some really funny applications with this, and this is really good to start out with. Also, I love the color green, and it's a green shield, so already really exciting. Here we have the overdress anime, you know, all the anime information. Let's go ahead and open up the actual products. Let's see, we got 10 wonderful packs here. So here they are. So excited, it's not even funny. So we got new starters. Was a little fun fact. So this is one of the new starters, and there are some starters that actually benefit to the clan. So this is the Narukami starter. This is an Eradicator starter, and Narukami does use Eradicators a lot, so I could probably see them having some kind of handiness towards this. Here we have a new Great Nature card. Well, not new, sorry, revamped Great Nature card. I'm not very familiar with Great Nature cards, but it looks useful. So there's that. And starting off with the Arena. What a good way to start. So this is the new critical trigger. So basically now you get to draw an extra card on top of it having the normal effect. So basically, if you were to damage check this, you now get to draw a card, and then if you offensively check it, you also get the critical effect from it. And then on top of that, now you'll notice that they are 10k triggers and they are 15k shields. These used to be 10k shields and 5k triggers, so these got updated, and it does have a foiling to it. There is the foiling right there. And FYI, VRs did get reprinted in these, and this is one of the VRs that that now got the reprints. It's a common, as you can tell here, but this is Malkith Malek. This is an Angel Feather unit, very popular guy. Of course, your opponent take damage, or you take, or you heal a card, and then on top of that, you can also revive. This was from, I think, 2020, I want to say, or maybe even a little earlier than that, but just a really, really great boss unit. Here we have Tommy the Ghosty Brothers, your Stride Boy, to search at grade 3, and then you can, on top of that, use him for Stride cost, so he becomes a grade +3, so very useful. Heal triggers. So this, again, these did get updated as well. I'm not familiar with Gold Paladins, but we did get the 10k shield update, and we did get this updated as well. I think this part stayed the same, but I think basically this made these triggers viable. The V premium triggers were kind of taking over because they had just better shield and better defenses on them, so people just didn't like them as much. Here's a Link Joker card that got reprinted. I'm not as familiar with Link Joker, so I'm just gonna kind of keep going. We got a new, it's actually a really good reprint if I remember correctly, but basically this is a Murakumo G card that got reprinted of Kagero as one of the heals. So this one's the counter charge soul charging one. This kind of follows along with this one. A lot of these will look kind of similar, or they'll act very similar. Basically, you can bind another trigger from drop and activate these. They can be very useful if you need the counter charge or the soul charge, kind of depending which route you want to go. So that's also really good there. I'm hoping maybe we'll open up like an all art or something. It'd be so sick. So these also got reprinted. These are the draw sentinels. Again, these are also pretty good staples that are within V and premium. So these are like mandatory basically in all decks. It's my brother G Guardian reprint, so there's that. And then let's see what our card is here. Oh, it is the Kiss Kill Lyra. So this is the new revamped strides that we got. So as you can tell, the text is a little long, but so basically some strides got new effects on them, or added effects on them, and also they changed the text a little bit so it looks a little bit nicer. This is the DI one. Basically, whenever the attack doesn't hit, it still hits anyway, so you get the effect of what the original one said. So that's basically how these work, and they're really pretty. They got the little extra flare on them. If I'm not mistaken, the original ones don't look this good. They're like really old looking, or they have like an old foiling on them. So you are getting the new foiling here. So we're gonna go ahead and put that one over there. Got the TikTok Worker reprint, another really, really useful card. And then we got some Tachikaze. Not really Tachikaze, but looks pretty useful. It's an Engorge unit. It has some GB2 effects here, so it has Stride effects. And then we got the critical trigger for Pale Moon, another very useful card. I don't play Harry as much as some other people do. Mellow to Matt would probably love this more. Another one where if you check it defensively, you get to draw, so very useful. Most of these are into Soul having a special Vanguard. And since we are working with these new strides where we have extra abilities on them, you get the effects. And something I actually forgot to mention on this one, you actually get gift markers off of these now too. So now you can play old units and get the gift markers effect as well. So you get double gift markers on top of also being able to stride early and having the on-hit ability. So just really good stuff. So here's Dimension Police. This is Zeal, and this is actually good if I remember correctly. I don't remember how, I don't know how much this impacts the Zeal players out there. There's a grade 1, a grade 2, and a grade 3 Zeal in V. So you can play this in V, but you can also put this in premium and basically build a Zeal deck. Zeal revolves around like you basically minusing your opponent all the time. So very exciting stuff. This is a new starter, so I'm actually really happy about that. We got a new Link Joker, we got the new G Guard reprint, and we have the Harmonix Messiah. That's crazy. What a great pull. So if you guys don't know, the way you get the shield is you need the Harmonix Messiah. So this is basically a staple for everyone now. Everyone's gonna be running one of these. If they're not running it, they just can't find it because this card is just so versatile now, and we actually just straight up opened one. That's nuts. This has so many effects on it now. That's why it's so big. Let's first look at it. It looks pretty. Fun fact, I've never seen the card in real life, like ever. And the reason being is because I've never had a reason to play it. And I started Vanguard later than some people, so I've actually never seen this card before. And this is my first time looking at it, but I'm gonna read it kind of like off screen here a little bit because I can't, my camera is further back, so I can't actually, I have to read it from like a slanted perspective. But anyway, so basically now when this is placed or at the beginning of your turn, if this card is face up, you can give yourself damage, and then when your grade 1 is placed by riding from 0, if you went second, you can reveal this card and then basically get this. And then on top of that, it also has its regular effect where you can unlock a bunch of stuff. So it's just, there's a lot of stuff that this card can do. You can get extra damage, you get to draw if you get extra, if you play just to give yourself damage, you get this, and then you also can unlock stuff. So a lot of stuff on this one card, and it's just crazy. It's crazy. And this, I believe, is like a Cray Elemental type of card, so you can just play this in anything. This is definitely the peak, like one of the peaks of this. This is like a new mechanic for a lot of people, so, and it's a defensive mechanic, so it's very exciting. And then a lot of people attempt to play the damage denial game, especially in premium. They'll try to deny you damage. And now this card basically opens up new stuff. And if you guys don't know, there's actually some Elementals that are coming out in here as well. There's a new Hanoi we haven't seen. Hopefully we'll see it in here so I can talk about that for like an hour, because that card's insane. This is the Vertimir's starter. So this is for Spectral Duke. I'll be using this actually because I absolutely love Spectral Duke. I wouldn't even tell you why. I just love it so much. So I actually recently rebuilt my Spectral Duke stuff again. So I'll be using this, but this is just a new starter for him. I don't think you actually need it, but it's useful. We got a Cutlass! On place, if you have a Grapple with Vanguard, you just Soul Blast 2 draw. It's great because you could just on play Soul Blast draw and you can do it multiple times. There's a V premium version of Cutlass and you can actually run both and use both of them back and forth. It's really great stuff. And we have, speaking of new Elementals, we got one of the newer Elementals. So this was one of the ones that got changed a little bit. It got adjusted. This unit cannot be chosen by your opponent's card effects, so it just stays on the board no matter what. And then when your 11k or less Vanguard is attacked, you can choose one of your Vanguards to give it 2k till end of turn. So basically you can keep this on the board and then make your 11ks be 13ks. So if you are running some old cards that are 11k Vanguards, they do exist, you can now make him 13k Vanguards. This is not the most ideal one of the packs, but it's just still really cool to have. There might be a future for it. You never know. It's premium. In premium, anything is possible. Sometimes the wackiest cards become the most meta cards. So we're starting out with some bugs here. So this is the Guard Restrict bug. This is one of the V premium cards that came out. So you can basically Soul Blast a grade 3. Discard 2 cards until the turn this unit gets plus 10k and a crit, and your opponent can't call Sentinels to guard circles, so you have to play very carefully into that. Also got a Nova Grappler guy here that basically just works with the extreme battlers, and then we got a Nova Grappler heal, also following the counter charge slow charge route, and then having the new shield applied to them. Neo Nectar, this is one of the Neo Nectar cards, and is one of the maidens. And then we have the Kokore, so this is a Sentinel that was for Bermuda Triangle. You can basically discard a card, and then if you can choose one of your Vanguards being attacked, and it cannot be hit, and then if you have a drop zone with one of these, you can counter charge. This one plays from hand to guard circle. So these Sentinels, there's quite a few of them in every single clan, so you'll see these a lot. So these are pretty common. And then we have the Murakumo into Soul. This is off of Yasue, I believe. Yeah, this is the Yasue critical trigger, so there's that. I want to say I can pronounce this name, but I don't think I can. Let's try. Stealth Rogue of the Fiendish Blade Masamuru. So Masamuru. So it wasn't actually too bad to pronounce. Down to our last pack for this first box here, so let's go ahead and see what we got. Ooh, we're starting off with a really good start here. So we're starting off with Next Stage. This is the Chronojet Next Stage. This was at one point a very pricey card because it's like blinked out and all this stuff in the big premium version. This was actually very hard to find because this was during like the 2020 that this came out. But basically this card lets you do some crazy stuff with Chronojet. You can play it and then rerun into the other jet and then get extra effects. It's a very, very good card. This card's insane. So very awesome to see. And then we have Leslie. This is a Nightmare Doll card. If you guys don't know, I absolutely love Nightmare Dolls, and seeing this getting reprinted is so nice because the old ones, oh boy, they look old. Like those cards, like they look so old. I mean, this still, the art is still the same, but it's a fresh card, you know, it looks fresh. And then we got the Real Paladin critical trigger. This one works with alt miles, so again, very similar concept to the other ones. If you check it defensively, you get to draw an extra card here. So in the first box, we had 8 of basically the trigger ones. And we had one Elemental here because we had 2 of these that we opened, so they took up that 3rd slot. And then every single one had a comment. It had 2 commons in it, or 2 common like things, so that's where these come from. And yeah, I think that was a really good start. Another Guardian Shield, so we're not gonna be running out of those anytime soon. So we're starting off with Spica. This used to be an extremely common card. She's a little bit less commonly used now because the meta has just shifted a little bit. She used to be way more impactful with some of the other decks that got banned, sadly. But yeah, so basically when this unit attacks a Vanguard, if it's boosted, you can counter blast, choose one of your other Vanguards, return to the hand, they call a card gets plus 3k. It's still a very good card, so just keep in mind. And then we have a new heal print, a new G-Guard reprint for Nova Grappler, and then lo and behold, we got the Shadow Paladin on hit guy. So this is the Shadow Paladin one, same concept. If you ride it, you basically get the imaginary gifts, and this is off of specifically Claret Sword. This is Claret Sword support, so you want to play Claret Sword, and then you want to ride this guy, get the imaginary gifts, and then get his on-hit ability and just go off. Very, very pretty. I've never seen this card in my life, so it's very cool to see. I think my favorite part about this is seeing old cards that I've never seen before, because lo and behold, I don't play Shadow Paladin, or like I don't play like half these clans in premium because I play most of the V. Narukami, so this is a reprint of a V card. This is actually pretty useful. It's for a while. This is a Dragonic Vanquisher reprint, so it's a very useful card. We got the Dimension Creeper. This is like a staple in most Dark Irregular decks, so seeing this come back and reprinted is very, very awesome. This is a very useful card. Like DI players love this card, so nice to see it. And then last but not least, we got another Messiah. What is this? That's crazy. I thought these were hard. Oh my god, I'm so happy about this. I don't think you understand, because I play two clans aggressively, and both clans needed one of these. Now I have both. Oh my god. Well, we're not gonna talk about it again. We already went on our spiel, but we did open a second Messiah, so that's really awesome. This is a really good reprint too. Hyuga used to be extreme opponent. This card, both in V and premium, did some crazy stuff. I have a lot of PTSD against this card. I do not like this card. Actually, it's because of this card I don't like this clan. But very, very good card. Nice to see the reprint for it. We got the Big Belly. This is the kind of similar to Tommy's. You reveal a grade 3, search for Big Belly, and then you can also use it for Stride. So there's that. And then we got the Mega Colony. Got the Soul Charge, Counter Charge guy, so there's that. All right, we're starting off with Alt Miles. This is the V Premium version of Alt Mile. Very good card. I actually still love this deck. I recently stopped playing it just mainly because I was just too focused on other clans, but I actually love this card. It's really cool. You basically work off grade 2s, and it's just a really cool card. So it's part of the next stage set as well. So we saw the next stage earlier. Here is another one of those PGs where you can place it, you can use it, and then if you don't want to drop it, you can counter charge. So this got a nice little reprint for Kagero, and then we have another critical trigger. So this is for Neo Nectar, and this one uses Reneuculus. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what that is, but you guys can tell me what that is, because I've never heard of that Neo Nectar unit in my life. I got another next stage. We did talk about him earlier, so we're gonna go ahead and move past him. Got the Mega Colony or G-guarding and stuff like that, and then we got the Tachikaze critical trigger draw coming back, so there's that. And Dark Irregulars, the perfect guards. So again, these perfect guards are just insane. This is the draw perfect guards. That reprinting these is just awesome. We got the Negro mode. Now this card is also really ancient, so seeing this reprinted is actually kind of wild. Basically, this card says you can Soul Blast. If your drop zone has 5 or more cards, you can Soul Blast until in the battle. This unit gets 5k, and then if your drop zone has 5k shield, and then if your drop zone has 10 or more cards, you can get another 5k shield. If our drop zone has 50 or more cards, it gets another 5k. For every 5 in your drop, this gets 5k shield, so this just becomes a big brick. And then we have the Nova Grappler critical trigger, so there's that. Nice little guy there. Actually, this guy looks kind of funny. I like this guy. He looks so silly. It's another extreme battler. So there he is. He looks kind of cute. Luard, another very, very popular card. This is actually a really good reprint. A lot of people absolutely love this guy. There's a lot of fans out there that really like Luard. So seeing this getting reprinted for them is really good, because they can just basically pick this up now and not have to spend a ton of money. Here's the Oracle Think Tank G-Guard. I don't know too much about her, but I have seen her a couple times, so it's nice to see her reprinted. And then we have the Genesis critical trigger reprinted. This is for Fenrir, which is probably actually really good. I imagine this is probably gonna be good. I don't know what the old Fenrir does, but what I do know is that Fenrir is just good, because this one actually says any Fenrir, so you can just run these with the regular V Premium Fenrir as well. So that's actually really solid, because Fenrir in V is really strong. I don't know about the G Fenrir or how he is, but I'm gonna tell you right now, V Premium Fenrir go kind of hard. So yeah, so let's go ahead and see what our next pack is looking like. So it looks like we got a Great Nature starter reprint. This one does exist already, so this is just a regular reprint, so nothing too crazy here. And then we have the Aqua Force. This is the original. I've actually seen the I think I've seen the VP version of this. I haven't seen this one yet. So this is, she has resist on her, and she works with Davas. Basically, she has some second wave stuff based on like certain attacks. She can let you draw and get some power. So really cool stuff. And then we got the Angel Feather heal here. So this is the counter charge or soul charge Angel Feather heal. So very awesome stuff. Very, very pretty card. I've actually also never seen this card in my life, so that's another. I'm gonna say that a lot. I haven't seen a lot of these cards because a lot of them haven't been played like at all. Gauntlet Buster Dragon. Now that's crazy. So this is an eradicated card, and my goodness, I saw this card first in competition. I was scared for my life because I was kind of new to the game at the time. But very, very strong card. This is for Narukami, and it is also a V reprint. We also got the original Conroe reprint. This is like old school as it gets. The people that have been playing this game for a decade are probably feeling some massive nostalgia right now. This card's like ancient. So seeing this getting reprinted, it's really good. Card's just good. It's just a really good card. And then we got the Bermuda Triangle Counter Charge Soul Charge. This is great. I'm very excited to try this out because I absolutely love the art on this one. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous here. So get that little close up. Oh, that is beautiful. I love the art of this one so much, and actually seeing the 15k shield and the 10k triggers on it is just wow to me, because I've always wanted to play this card. I just couldn't because it was just, the defense was too low on it, and now I can actually think about it if I wanted to. Do I need the counter charge? Do I need the soul charge? I can make these decisions now, and I think that's just great. So here we have the on-hit machine. This is the Machining Hornet. Pretty used card over in Bugs, so their Mega Con is gonna like that. Original Harry's. This is the G Harry, basically Pale Moon stuff related. So this would be your main Vanguard if you were to play Harry, and for Pale Moon. So yeah, that's great. And then we got the Dark Irregulars. Oh, this one's really pretty too. This is the Dark Irregulars heal. So we got the extra additions, and then we got the Catch Charge and Soul Charge, and this looks really cool. But this is a succubus? No, it's a demon. So this is demon. Looks very pretty art actually on this one. I like that one. And that's it for that box. That was the last one. We got one more box. Maybe in here there will be an SP. Give it a little you know, extra nourishment, and maybe, just maybe, our future is here. I guess we'll find out. So let's go get started. Here we have Chat Noir. This is actually one of the newer cards that came out in V, so seeing this one reprinted is actually kind of interesting, because this one's not very old, so seeing it common is also very strange. But yeah, basically this is Chat Noir, old Gorbaduck, so this is also one of the grade 3 searchers, and then you can use him for Stride. The Tachikaze heal at Soul Charger. This is Jewel Knights actually. It's actually probably really good for them. Jewel Knights loves Jewel Knight cards, so they can actually send this card back if they wanted to. They don't really need to, but this is a Jewel Knights card, so they'll definitely be using that for Royal Paladins. And then we got the Genesis G-Guard, and then behind that we have the Aqua Force critical trigger, so that's what that looks like. Angel Feather Sentinel here, so you can use the Draw Sentinel. And then we're going into Dimension Police. This is the perfect card again for the counter charging, and then we're ending, I think it's shiny. It is shiny. We're ending with the Great Nature on hit. I've never seen this card in my life either. What in the world is this? It always looks like a Great Nature card. The only thing you can tell is like by the little globe stuff, but oh my god. The Neo Nectar starter. I believe this is one of the newer ones. Don't know if it's useful, but she does have Musketeer in her name, so I'm sure she has some kind of use. And then we have the original, this is the Holy Knight Guardians. This is another very old little Sentinel for Royal Paladin. And then we have the new Hanali. Oh yeah, let's go. Now this is a card. First of all, I got the shield added, so this has higher shield. And next is the crazy effects on this card. This card's insane. So it has a continuous effect saying all rear guards cannot attack the Vanguard during the 5th or more battle unless they pay a counterblast. So this is huge. This has always been an effect, but the fact that it's costless now is insane. So it used to be that when you place it, you have to put a card face down for its ability. If you already have your stuff face down, it's free. But now it's 100% free. You just call this to the board and the effect stays. This is very massive against decks to try to rush you down. But there is more, and it is the second effect. And the second effect is actually insane. It says remove this unit until end of your opponent's turn. The opponent's next turn, by the way, you get when it's the 5th or more battle this turn or more, when your opponent would attack a Vanguard, it cannot attack unless counterblast is paid. So keep in mind they can attack rear guards, but if they were to attack the Vanguard specifically, they have to start paying for it. This is just nuts. So you remove this from the game and you have a lingering effect with this. This is like basically kind of like a form of a Bloodgate, I guess. It's like a trap card. But what's really cool about this is that now starting, like basically once this is officially like out, people can't just sit there and go, I'm gonna attack like 20 times. There's nothing you can do about it. The other thing that this stops is this stops loops, specifically loop decks that are like trying to kill you. So if there are decks out there that try to kill you with a loop, if this is active, the loop will break, because there's not many decks that can deal with this counterblast cost. It's a little high. Like, yeah, they can loop for a little bit, but eventually they're going to run out of CP. I recommend, you know, if you haven't already, get these. You can use the old ones too. The same effect on them. Really, really, really good pull. Hanali is insane, especially now. She was already really good and she got better. We got a Chelsea reprint, so if you're out there wanting to play Nightmare Dolls, guess what? You got a reprint for it. So the Chelsea is played both in V Premium and Premium. This card's insane. Ever since this card came out, it made Nightmare Dolls a lot better. Basically, you can restand and put stuff into Soul and just do some crazy stuff. She's really good. And then we got another Grade 3 Searcher, but this time for Mega Colony. And then we're ending this one with the Shadow Paladin heal trigger here. So again, with the Counter Charge and the Soul Charge. Here we have a Sentinel. I've never seen this card. This is an Angel Feather Sentinel, actually, again, with the this is one of the counter charging ones. There's that. We got the bunny reprint for searching out Harry, and then we have the Dimension Police Cosmic Hero. So this is the critical trigger Murakumo Sentinel draw. So there's that, and then we got the Dark Irregulars G Guard here, ending with for this one with the Godly Speed Flash Bruce. So I actually didn't know there was a Bruce already in Spike Brothers, but guess what? There's a Bruce in D and there's a Bruce in P. So here we have the Battle Sister for Oracle Think Tank. I don't know how useful this is for them, but they do have a whole deck revolved around Battle Sisters, both for B and for PM, so they're probably really excited about this. One, they could just run it as another Battle Sister. The art looks really sick on this one. Two, you know, it's just another target in their deck, so that's really good. And then we have the Spike Brothers Grade 3 Searcher, just to match this one, searches for, I believe it's Rising, so it's Rising Nova, but actually it just says a card name with Rising, and it's, I guess you could search anything that has Rising in its name. And then we have the Neo Nectar Kia here, so this is a Musketeer. Gus Jin for Grand Blue, this is the PG for them. This, I don't own this one, so now I do. So now I can be a cool kid with my common. I can make a common Grand Blue deck if I wanted to. So this is the Cosmo Wealth. This is another Sentinel here, so also the counter charging. And all right, we got the Heart Trump Worker. Now this card I actually know a lot from Vanguard Zero. This card's cut was insane in Vanguard Zero. I don't know if it'll be similar over in the real world over here. Whoopsie. Over in the real world, but when I was playing Vanguard Zero, this card was coming up a lot. This card was like low-key insane. So very awesome to see. Last pack. I'm opening from the back this time because it's the last pack and I don't want to spoil myself, so I'm gonna not spoil myself. All right, starting off with the Mega Colony Garathia. Now I do know that this is very good for Garathia players. If I'm mistaken, they work with Garathia Alpha Soul, so this is big for Garathia players. They now have an additional way to basically meet their conditions, so that's really good. And then we have the Tsukiyomi. God, this is a throwback. So first of all, this card looks insane in foil edition. So if you ever want this foiled, I recommend it because this card looks so wild in foil. Second, oh my God, this card looks so weird. So because of the way the font and because of the way the background is, you can barely see so normally you have like all this text and stuff, like all this like border and stuff like that around here, but you actually can't see it because it just blends in so well. That's so wild to look at. But Tsukiyomi is a whole ride line. Very, very, very pretty card. Last but not least, let's see. We did not get the SP, but that's okay. We got the Spike Brothers Heal instead. It's actually really, really pretty as well. I like the way this looks. That's basically it. So let's go ahead and quickly look through our finds here. So we opened up 2 Cray Elementals from what I saw. I believe that's everything for Cray Elementals. So I am seeing the fact that the critical triggers in the draw and the critical triggers and the heal triggers won't be too hard to find. It seems like you can actually get quite a bit of them, even though they are random. These might be a little bit tougher since, as you can see, we only got 2 out of the 3 boxes. And then for these we got 6, so it's 2 per box is what I'm gonna guess for these. So you get 2 per box, so that's kind of cool. The fact that we're able to open up this was pretty wild. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like we got really lucky. I don't know, I'm not like a big ratio person here. And then this side, this is just basically all the reprints and all the cool stuff in here. So if you just need reprints, this is that stack. That was really fun actually. I had a great time opening that. Really cool to see old cards because I'm not from that era. I missed out on all this with the exception of the V stuff. Like this card, like I was around for this, but I was not around for this. All this entire stack right here, yeah, this is all new stuff to me. Like to me, these are new cards. Insane to me. This is the peak for me right here. This is kind of peak too, but this is definitely, in terms of excitement of like new stuff, this is peak. This is also really peak. This is insane. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're out there getting excited to build your decks. There's so much new stuff to build, so many cool things. Tell me your thoughts below. Other than that, guys, as always, thank you so much for everything. Thank you for supporting me. Please like, subscribe, comment, do all that kind of fun stuff, and I'll catch you guys in a future video. Bye!